Hi, everybody. My name is Raymond Pintor, and I'm doing a presentation on advanced care planning in the community of Papakolea. Community of Papakolea is where I'm currently doing my practicum and internship for a bachelor's of social work. And I did my interviews with the community health workers of Papakolea, the organization known as KUA. Now, I chose the topic advanced care planning because my main motivation was that end of life issues needed to be addressed. Most people they don't know what to do when their loved ones unexpectedly pass, and through personal experiences, family complications, and the law can get involved and make things a very big mess. This is usually preventable, but not normally addressed on many levels. Now, in Papakolea, advanced care planning is important. The big and foremost thing is because of Hawaiian homelands that lease needs to be succeeded to other family members. Usually, your children. Sometimes it might go to like a brother or sister, though. Um, if your lease isn't passed to family members, the home that you're living in after you pass will be forfeited back to Hawaiian homelands. Other end-of-life issues, though, that needed to be addressed in the community of Papakolea were medical decisions to be made if you were unable to make them yourself, financing your funeral, and actually dealing with probate. So, so the study was conducted doing literature review and some interviews about advanced care planning. Three main topics that I discussed were the importance of advanced care planning, cultural barriers, and the need for more training in regards to advanced care planning. So, on the literature review, I found out that community health workers would most likely get advanced care planning done if a loved one had just recently passed. People were also people that were willing to have that conversation though with other people like within the direct families. Um, they were more likely to have their wishes done. If not, like what most people go through, it's like a free for all. Cultural barriers in regards to advanced care planning. Most likely, people who would be willing more to have that conversation with people who had with people who are more willing to learn about the culture that that person is from, not from someone who might be like a self-proclaimed like cultural expert. Majority of the times in social work, we call the cultural expert someone who's culturally competent, but also someone who it has cultural humility are the people that are people who are willing to learn other people's cultures and on a constant basis. Because the honest truth is not everybody knows everything about every single culture, and that's a lot of cultures to actually learn about. The other thing in regards to culture was that it was important to respect each individual's autonomy and preferences so they make the discussion easier. Now, the need for more training, there needs to be some sort of a standardized practice in regards to this, which would be great, but it's not always possible. Um, in a healthcare setting, though, it showed that a good amount of people in the healthcare setting actually had a hard time integrating advanced care planning into their practice. Sorry. So on the interviews, based on importance of advanced care planning, it would be more important if to them if a death just recently happened, like most likely in the more recent generations. And even after that happened, the discussions about advanced medical directives, powers of attorneys, and living wills would be more discussed and more important and done as soon as possible. But if not, then most likely it's usually just pushed to the back burner. Cultural barrier In regards to cultural barriers, most families, especially the community health workers that I work with right now, never really had that discussion. Um, it was because most likely that, if you start talking about somebody dying, they come up with the question, so what do you expect me to die soon? And even after a comment like that, the conversation almost just stops and never really continues. But in order for community health workers to have that conversation with the community, though, relationships need to be set, and uh, confidence needs to be made, or people need to be able to confide with the community health worker that they're working with. In regards to training, though, people who haven't uh, had a loved one go through the process of or go through death yet, like those community healthcare workers do not, or those community workers actually have an idea how to go through setting up like advanced medical directives, living wills, getting a power of attorney, or even just going to an attorney to help get all those things done. And in regards to more training, the community health workers wanted like updates on other types of products that might help with advanced care planning. One significant product that I heard was like a Susie Orman death kit, where it sets up your advanced medical directive, your power of attorney, and your living will all in one product, and it's usually done online. So, in regards to advanced care planning on the literature review and the interview, I thought a lot of things sounded similar. The biggest things though were that the person, if like the people around and the person have already experienced some kind of death, they might have an easier time going through it. But the other bigger thing was having the conversation about it. So, from a point of view of a of a social worker, um, it it'd be good for individuals to go through advanced care planning so that they could have peace of mind knowing that their choices are known to their families. And in regards to the families, they don't have to guess what that individual or loved one wants. Communities, though, they can educate their families, and hopefully it helps make uh, the loss of their loved one a little bit easier on them. Although losing a loved one is never really easy. So these are some resources from the literature that I've reviewed, and I will be available later at the symposium to answer whatever questions you might have. Thank you very much. I hope you don't mind that I'm doing this in the parking lot with my computer, and hope you guys have a great day.